Palia's had a major game-changing update, but is it enough to save the game? Grab that comfy cozy drink and let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome to Jade Mist Gaming, Jade Mist here, and today we're jumping into the world of Palia and checking out the latest major update that has players in a frenzy and running wild in the game. But before we do, be sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell to get notified of all of my future cozy gaming content, and be sure to follow me over on Twitch for even more gaming shenanigans where I multi-stream side by side with YouTube 2 to 3 times a week. Now, for those who may not be familiar with this game, Palia is a free-to-play multiplayer cozy community farm sim, offering players a chance to explore, build, connect with others in a mysterious land. It's been a loved game by many players, however, in recent times, the game has been struggling to retain its player base and to make a lasting impact in the community. One of the main challenges that Palia has been facing is the lack of substantial updates and new content to keep players engaged, along with the fact that they marketed themselves highly as an MMO, when in fact the game is far from being able to be called that. Many players have voiced their concerns on countless issues, from repetitive gameplay loops, excessive grinding, resemblance to that of a mobile game with extensive wait times for building and crafting, and so much more. On top of that, there were tons of controversy with the overpriced premium shop. The other challenge that Palia seems to be struggling with is keeping its employees. Just about a month after the game launched on Steam, developer Singularity 6 laid off 35% of its workforce, invoking quite some concern for the future of the game. But it didn't stop there. Just recently, now in May, another announcement of the second wave of layoffs dropped. Naturally, there's been quite some concern for the future well-being of the game. Now, I know tons of layoffs in the gaming industry is inevitable, and it has been said that this shouldn't be a cause for concern when this happens to gaming developers. However, combine this with all the previous complaints and concerns about the game, along with the double layoffs while in open beta, it's hard not to be concerned for the Palia future. Now, I personally love Palia, and I have hundreds of hours already clocked in between Steam and the original launcher when it first came out, and I'm going to continue playing it so long as there's something to do in the game. But I will admit, I'm one of those players that play for a bit, when the updates drop, check out all the new goodies, have fun grinding, have fun decorating, do some plushie hunting, but then I drop the game and I jump into something else without missing a beat. But now we have a major update that just dropped. A major update with tons of changes that has a potential of turning things around for the game. So let's take a look at exactly what has changed that makes this major update. If you want to check out the full patch notes, be sure to check them out in the description below. Now, for starters, we have a new Grand Harvest house that introduces a second level to our main house. The pros, it's absolutely gorgeous. Doesn't cost a lot, only takes an hour and a half to build. The cons, you can't connect your original Harvest house to it, and you can't connect other rooms to the second level yet. They do say in the patch notes that they are looking to add more options in the future updates though. They've also introduced a new building block system for those that need extra flexibility that existing building add-ons don't have. So like actual kids blocks, you now have a variety of shapes to use to build your own custom structures. And they're bringing in more styles to the blocks in future patches. Additionally, we now have the option of being able to collect and add books as decor. Simply head on over to the library, purchase them at the register, and take them back to your plot and clutter up your shelves. Clutter decorators are dancing for joy with this one, me included. Continuing on with decorating, new pavers have been added to the game. We're now finally able to create walkways and pathways using several different pavers, including wood, concrete, terracotta, and sandstone. You can grab all the recipes over at Badru's crop store. Now, one of my favorite things to do in this game is go plushie hunting. Being an avid plushie collector, this always has me excited when new plushies are introduced. We now have a chance to get 3 different Mujing plushies and 4 insects. Now, I know the bug plushies don't sound very appealing, but trust me, they really are. And lastly, in the decorating category, we have new fences and gates, white picket fences to be exact. Then we have a new feature change in the in-game chat. We now have the ability to use chat bubbles above players' heads. Perfect feature for role players. But fear not, if chat bubbles and role-playing are not your thing, it can be turned on and off in your settings. And here's a pretty exciting addition to the game that a lot of players are beyond thrilled about. Hot Pie. The minigame that stole a lot of hearts back when it was introduced in the last market is now permanently in the game at the underground black market. This has been a highly requested feature that many players have asked for, so I'm very happy to see that it's come back. Then we have some pretty nice improvements and adjustments, including Mujin health carrying over after they've escaped. In the past, their health would have been reset to full once they've eluded you. Small change, but it is highly appreciated. Additionally, party members will now share loot for most gathering activities. Any players that are near their party members will now receive loot for actions their party members did. So if somebody in your party can one-shot a Cernic, you'll now reap the benefits without even having to shoot the Cernic yourself. Plus, the loot dropped will be the same across each player. So if one member gets a plushie, all members get a plushie. This new looting feature applies to wood cutting, mining, insect collecting, and hunting. Huge plus in my book. Before, it was basically futile to even party up for hunting since so many were able to one-shot Cernics and others didn't even have a chance to get a shot in. Now let's get into the core of this update with the new economy changes. It's no surprise to even the developers themselves that players have felt they weren't properly rewarded regardless of the activity they engaged in. As stated by the devs, it's something they think they missed the mark with initially. With that being said, a lot of changes are now implemented when it comes to earning gold, starting with finally changing the gold limit of 300,000 gold to 999,999. Now, why there was a gold limit in the first place is beyond me, but it was there, and a lot of people stopped playing because of that. The renown limit has also been lifted from 1,000 to 9,999. They've also rebalanced the gold earning from gathering skills like foraging, insect catching, hunting, and fishing, in addition to nerfing mining. The values of starstones have been reduced, so the skill is more in line with other gathering skills in terms of overall earning potential. Crafting furniture also got some changes in the sense that recipes have been adjusted to cost less in terms of requirements. According to the patch notes, 50% of work table recipes have changed, with over 85% of those having their recipe cost reduced. The time it takes to craft silver and gold bars has also been reduced substantially, as you can see here from the example in the patch notes. Additionally, the amount of gold in Kilima and Bahari treasure chests have been increased across the board. And trees are also joining in on this economy update by now having a rare chance to drop amber to help incentivize this skill as a means to earn some gold. Each amber will drop from the respective tree and all will sell for 350 gold. Flow trees are also dropping increased flow infused wood depending on the size of the tree. Now the cost of copper storage upgrades has also taken a nice decrease from 25,000 gold to 10,000 gold. You'll also now receive free buildings for reaching a specific level in your furniture making skill, and it's also retroactive, so returning players will receive the rewards via mail. Now here's a major change that lots of players complained about and stated it made the game feel more like a mobile game. Build times for buildings have been drastically decreased. For example, a regular harvest house used to take 8 hours to build once all the resources were obtained. Now it only takes 30 seconds. I'd say that's an insanely amazing change that will be highly welcomed by so many. Now, while that is an amazing change, there are still some buildings that will take quite a bit of time to complete. The longest you'll have to wait though is 1 hour and 36 minutes for the Grand Harvest House and 1 hour and 12 minutes for the Kilima Courtyard. Everything else has been decreased to be between 30 seconds to 42 minutes. Again, great change, but why do we still have wait times when grinding for the materials alone takes forever for some people? By the time I'm done grinding for materials and crafting everything I need to actually submit for the building, I want to see my building built and enjoy it. At the end of the day, you want players to stay in your game. Why give them a reason to leave at the risk of them not coming back? I say leave everything at 30 seconds and that's it, but that's just me. What do you think? Moving on, worm farms and fertilizers have been adjusted quite a bit, as you can see here in the patch notes. I personally never deep dived into the worm farms and I only used it to grind out harvest boost fertilizer, but definitely tons of changes here that may or may not help others. You decide. And of course, rounding out the update, we have tons of new stuff added to the premium premium shop, including the new Flutterfox pet. Now, I'm going to be completely and brutally honest here. They are absolutely precious, but am I the only one that feels the Palcat was just reskinned and adjusted a little bit to create this new pet? Longer ears, different colors, but overall extremely similar. While I'm glad to see more pets come into the game, I was really hoping for something completely different than what we already have. I would also like to see a way for people to be able to earn basic pets in the game without having to go into the premium shop. Yeah, sure, leave the high-end, amazing looking ones in the premium shop, but give players a chance to at least earn basic ones somehow if you really want to make a lot of people happy. This was also one of the biggest complaints I saw when Palcats were first introduced into the game. Now here's the ultimate question. Now that we have this new major economy update for Palia, will it truly be enough to bring back players and reignite their love for this game, or has the damage already been done? What do you think? While I 100% think these changes are an amazing step forward, and this is truly one of the better updates, if not the best, I truly think it's not going to be enough. Had these changes been implemented way at the beginning when all these complaints came out, then maybe it would have stood more of a chance. But I think a lot of damage has already been done, and it's going to take a lot more to turn things around completely. Not to mention, there's still a very lackluster appeal to the multiplayer aspect of this game, which is supposed to be the core of it. You still don't really do anything together aside from the occasional cooking party or flow tree grinding, but besides that, you're just doing things whilst other players stand around doing other things. Aside from allowing party looting now, it's still not the best for multiplayer. Until they actually make this feel more like a multiplayer game like it's marketed, I fear it may not make an epic recovery. Now that's not to say I personally don't enjoy the game. I still have tons of fun playing, and I look forward to seeing so much more coming, including a new zone, the Elderwoods, for us to explore in the near future, among other things to come. I believe this game can still be great and has so much potential for growth with some more fine-tuning and some more transparency and communication from the devs. This update is 100% proof of stepping forward in the right direction, in my opinion. But I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think this update is enough to breathe life back into the game, or do you think Palia is on its way down the path of a dying game? Let me know all your thoughts of what you love or hate about the game in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on all of my future cozy gaming content. Alright guys, until next time, happy gaming. Bye!